Have you ever met a veteran who served with your grandfather and had stories to tell? I was driving cross-country for a job interview when I stopped to fill up, wearing my army t-shirt from my own service. This older guy at the next pump sees it and starts chatting about his time in Vietnam. Standard small talk until he mentions his unit. 1st Infantry Division, 1968. My ears perk up because that's exactly where my grandfather Billy served. Same year too. What's your last name, kid? He asks. Patterson, I tell him. His face goes completely white. Billy Patterson from Detroit? Yeah, that's my grandfather. How did you know? The man starts shaking. Actually shaking. Son, your grandfather saved my life. I'm Kevin Murphy. Billy carried me 2 miles through enemy territory with a bullet in my leg and another in my shoulder. I'm confused because my grandfather never talked about Vietnam. Ever. Just said he did his job and came home. Family always figured he had a quiet tour, maybe saw some action but nothing major. Kevin pulls out his phone, shows me a faded photo. 5 young soldiers in jungle fatigues. There's my grandfather, barely 20 years old, looking serious. Kevin points to himself in the picture. This was taken 3 days before the ambush. We were on patrol near the Cambodian border when all hell broke loose. Machine guns, mortars, the works. Charlie had us pinned down for 6 hours. Billy low-crawled 200 yards under fire to reach our wounded. Not just me. He made 4 separate trips pulling guys to safety. Medics said 3 of us would have bled out without him. My grandfather, the quiet man who fixed cars and watched baseball, I can't picture it. Kevin keeps talking, getting emotional. Command put him in for a Silver Star. Billy turned it down, said he was just doing his job, didn't want recognition. Most humble man I ever met. We exchanged numbers. Kevin promises to send more photos, more stories. Drive home that night wondering who my grandfather really was. All those years of Sunday dinners and family gatherings, never once mentioned saving anyone's life. 3 days later, Kevin calls. I've been talking to other guys from our unit. Your grandfather didn't just save my life, son. Jimmy Walsh from Boston says Billy dragged him out of a burning Huey. Mike Torres from Texas owes his life to Billy too. Carried him through a minefield during a night patrol. We've got 7 guys who are alive because of your grandfather. I start researching. Find military records online. My grandfather's service record is incredible. 3 Bronze Stars with V devices, 2 Purple Hearts, combat infantry badge. The man was a legitimate war hero. That weekend I drive to his house. He's 73 now, still sharp, working in his garage. I show him Kevin's photo. His hands start trembling as he looks at it. Where did you get this? Kevin Murphy. I met him at a gas station. He told me what you did over there. My grandfather sits heavily on his workbench. I haven't seen that picture in 50 years. Kevin lost his leg from those wounds, you know. Still sends me Christmas cards. Why didn't you ever tell us any of this? We thought you had a quiet war. His voice gets softer. Because good men died over there and I came home. Didn't feel right bragging about surviving when they didn't. Plus, your grandmother worried enough when I was deployed. Didn't want to scare her with details about what really happened. He pulls an old coffee can from a shelf. Inside are his medals, tarnished from decades of storage. I tried to forget about all this. Just wanted to be a normal father and grandfather. But every day I think about those boys who didn't make it home. We sit in silence for a few minutes. Then I ask the question that's been bothering me. Are you proud of what you did? He looks at the medals in his weathered hands. I'm proud I brought my friends home. That's all that mattered then. That's all that matters now. Last month, Kevin flew to Detroit for my grandfather's 74th birthday. 5 other Vietnam veterans showed up unannounced. Men from across the country who owed their lives to a humble car mechanic. They spent the evening telling stories my family had never heard. About courage under fire, about a young soldier who risked everything to save his brothers, about the kind of heroism that doesn't need recognition. My grandfather listened quietly, occasionally correcting details or adding context. Never once claiming credit or seeking praise, just letting his friends honor the memory of their shared service. At the end of the night, Kevin stood up with a glass of beer. To Billy Patterson, the bravest man I ever knew and the most humble hero you'll never hear about.